Sam from Road Trail Run here. I want to give you my first run impressions and all the details on the Nike Zoom Pegasus Turbo 2. The Pegasus Turbo 2 is a $180 light daily trainer. In fact, I think it's Nike's lightest daily trainer with this update. It has an approximate stack of 27 millimeters in the heel, 17 in the forefoot. Its midsole is a combination of Nike's Zoom X foam underfoot and then React below. It has the dual kind of pad outsole found in the Epic React. And with this update, Nike really chopped some weight out of the shoe, and that's really welcome. They got rid of the plasticky upper with the strange stripe, which looked good but bothered some people. So there's very little padding, but effective padding around the heel and Achilles collar. It's now lower. There isn't the super high collar. The tongue is now a thin tongue, similar to what's in the new Pegasus, not quite as padded as what's in the Vomero. So the upper is what Nike calls lofted mesh, and it's a very fine translucent mesh with the stitched in structure support. There's no fly wire here at all, and it's fully lined with a fairly thin but dense mesh fabric all the way to the toe box. So that helps also provide midfoot support. I found the support and fit really to be superb here. Slightly more relaxed than the Pegasus 36, not quite as roomy, but more comfortable on the foot than the Vomero 14. So underfoot, we have our Zoom X foam and then our React foam. There are no real significant changes to the outsole that I can see, but I think there may be something in the outsole that changes the ride, and I'll get to that in a moment. So we have the dual pads of rubber, and then the continuous middle section that's fairly flat. If there's something in the geometry here that I might like to see is more of a decoupling groove, as we have, for example, in the Pegasus and the Vomero, where we have a deep decoupling groove, which allows I think, a smoother transition from heel to midfoot. Toe off here was really nice, but I lagged a little bit here. Same in the Epic React for me. So I think it's probably a shoe intended ideally for midfoot strikers who can take advantage of landing a bit further forward. I mentioned the weights. Well, the weights drop here is fairly significant because we come in now at, I think, based on my weight of an 8.5 and translating, a little bit under 7.7 ounces or 218 grams. So we lose 0.3 ounces at least, or 8 grams over the first version. And from what I can see, that puts it as the lightest Nike trainer, as the Epic React 2 comes in at 8 ounces, and the Zoom Fly Flyknit was 8.4 ounces, and I don't expect the Zoom Fly 3 to lose a tremendous amount of weight. So it truly is the training companion, if you will, to the Vaporfly Percent Next and Vaporfly 4%. So it's just now coming on the market. It's a $180 shoe, so it's Nike's priciest trainer. In terms of how it ran during my test run, well, I noticed some changes compared to the Turbo 1, which I found very soft in the forefoot, not particularly stable in the forefoot or the heel. And what I noticed today was that it seemed a touch firmer right on the ground. So I'm wondering if there were some changes to the outsole firmness or maybe the React layer, because whereas I could only really find limited utility in the version 1, given it was so soft and not particularly stable, I can already feel that the Turbo 2 is going to have much more versatility. So it sits as a livelier I think, option than the Epic React, Epic React with its all Epic React foam, given the Zoom X, which really gives it that sprightly push off. It's not as much the hardcore daily trainer, firm daily trainer as with the super lockdown upper snug, painful sometimes, of the Pegasus 35. The 36 is improved, doesn't have the high tongue, but still, this is a much more comfortable overall fit. It's a bit more, it's certainly lighter and not quite as roomy as the Vomero 14, which has a very, very stable heel, very wide. Some people thought too wide, but I really liked it. You can see how wide the heels are on the Vomero versus here, so very stable in the front. And the Vomero has a similar snappy, thinner forefoot, but here in our Turbo 2, we've got kind of a softer, springier feel to that thinner forefoot. So we're going to have a full review, written review soon, so please follow Road Trail Run, and thank you very much for watching.